Hello YouTube, Aaron here with a new one. This is a tutorial on how to install Alpine Linux as Btrfs. I'm having a few issues with the Plasma dev currently, which is what I would like to get on in here at some point. So I've made a little script. We'll go back online. I don't know how I come off. I've made a little script, and my original theory was, there should be a way to do this, and it should be so easy. The guides online, they provide tips on how to do it, but the way that I would set up my system so that I could clone it, or it don't really matter, you can have a swap now with my cloning system for the Btrfs. For those that don't know, you can also clone your system with my Btrfs system cloner, and I've just currently just last night made a Alpine version to this. So I do need to set it up to work with all the different kernels, but out the box the LTS kernel works. I couldn't get the Linux stable to install, although I wanted to support that within my installer. I guess I might just provide it within my cloner for those. So yeah, I'll recode that later. But basically, I've got an Alpine extended ISO. You could probably use the mini one. If it's called the mini, can't remember. You can have a look. I've always had this theory that, you know, well, you don't know. I've always had this theory that OpenRC distributions are lighter, but for some reason, even as a compressed system, this is around 3 GB, so that's around about the same size of what it would be on normal Arch. Although I did see some sort of differences with Arctics. I guess I'm more of a fan of Alpine than I am to Arctics, to be fair. This just seems a bit more constructed, in a sense. It's more advanced. I don't know how else to put it. I'm not bigging up Alpine in the sense, you know, that it's the best distribution, because what do I know, but from using it, I guess I'm taking on my own likes, you know, not just the OpenRC-ness, because I've made OpenRC distributions in the past, so I'm used to the eye candy, I guess. But the speed it's absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna provide a .image with this scripting. I have been actually thinking about how to do that this morning, but I want to provide something with this scripting so you don't have to do all of this. But you essentially set it up to the point where there's no drop, where it gets to the drives, and you cancel it. So we'll do that now. Some food earlier today. I'm going to play at Chicago. For some reason, that's what I've been doing in my tests. Yeah, put the community repositories on. So I'm going to say, do you want your account name as something, I think? Yeah, so my account name is Apex, password is 2025. Okay, yeah. And then we cancel this with Control C, and then what we do is we apk add git, and then it's as simple as typing this. I don't even need to go to the GitHub repository. So git clone https, this little colon thing, github github.com/claudemods Alpine Btrfs, and then I'll change the name, so now it's just Btrfs installer. What we do is we change directory into this. I want to make some sort of a script that allows you to just use the curl link, but then it would make it a bit more troublesome to use the script. So get this right, chmod +x setup.shush, because that's what I've named the file. Then we just simply setup.shush. Everything else is done. You don't even need to run it as sudo like it says in the script if you read the script, because it's bash. But yeah, the reason I want to provide like a .image is because you're essentially setting up the host name and stuff again. It does do what it says, and it works very well, to be fair, after a few updates of it. There's some room for improvements for sure. This is only version 1.0, and I noticed it with the colours and whatnot, but I just don't want to break the script for now because it just works as a whole. It literally installs seamlessly within 5 minutes. It is pretty crazy how fast it installs, and then when you reboot it's just mental. Of course this is a compressed Btrfs system as well, so for it to install this fast is pretty crazy. We are sitting on my times of it downloads, so yeah. What does it do here? Okay, yeah, so I had to update this command within my cloner as well, funny enough. We get a few errors, well, what would seem to look like errors in my cloner, but no issues. So we get to this point. This is where I wanted it to turn up the same colour as the script of Scion. It's going to ask you for a desktop. You literally just type a desktop in, downloads the packages. This is primarily set up for Plasma, so it sets up the SDDM. Network Manager is pretty much for all of the desktops, so your desktop's Network Manager would work, but if you're using something like XFCE or something else that's using maybe like LightDM, then you would need to edit the shush. That's why it says shush and it's not compiled. I mean, I could have been selfish and compiled the code, but I thought, you know, I'll open source the installer, because that's what I've always done with anything that I've made towards distributions and installers. But my cloner is going to be closed source, and I had a bit of a trouble finding my code, so I've lost the original code for what I had in my testing script. For those that go onto my cloner, there's a testing folder, and yeah, the code that's in there, which is kind of better than what I got, but it's similar because they both work the same in a way. It's just the other one supports system D as well, and I'm pretty sure I DD something. Right, yeah, this is honestly seamless. It's fucking fast, seriously, like blink and you're logged in. I would like to find some more information about, you know, the nature of Alpine, where it come from, the people involved, you know. Maybe learn how to code it, or build the APK application packages. I mean, how to build the APK packages might be something next. Anyway, this is kind of held back in some sort of a time. Well, I'm trying to keep rolling because I like the dev desktop, but yeah, it's new to me, you know. My last OpenRC distribution would have been Artix, and I'd done Devon before that. And I've always built my theme and stuff on it. So we've got 3 options on here. The CH root is kind of buggy. I don't think I added the PTS into the shush script. But we can check that. Oh, 3. We can check that now. So if I APK add nano, I don't know what they use primarily on here, but I use nano normally. I see another one recently, I can't remember what it was called. Nano setup.shush. We're going to see that there is no PTS. I've done some sort of overall check of the script last night before I went to sleep. I could have added it to it, but yeah. So basically we were just missing the PTS, I think, and dev. Yeah, because dev is definitely not there. Oh yeah, it is. Dev, prog, sys, PTS. Am I an advanced Linux user? Of course I am. I'd know this was missing. Yeah. Because I'll be building installers for Linux systems for nearly maybe 9 months now, testing it. I even built a script for Debian, I'm pretty sure, so I got like a UEFI installer for Debian on my GitHub. But none of my installers would allow you to set up the system in the way that this does, or my other one that I've recently built. And I will refresh into the desktop in a second, but I just want to talk about this for a sec. Where are we? So I've got someone messaging me in the background, trying to keep up to date. So we got my new logo as well on the repository. We got distro Alpine, built using DeepSeek, which is a custom logo by myself, and I just think that looks quite nice. Being that Alpine, I don't know if anyone else is doing this on the internet. I know Penguin's Eggs Perio, for those that don't know, another system cloning tool called Penguin's Eggs. I actually follow. What is it on the feed? How do we get on there? Do I do this create? I've got 2 installers to show. So I actually follow Penguin's Eggs and I follow Chris Titus Tech. If you don't follow Chris Titus Tech or subscribe to him, please, please do. I always try and mention that in my videos. I don't know where Chris Titus Tech maybe hasn't sent anything recently. I don't know. I definitely follow him. Oh, I don't know what this is doing. If I type in Chris, he should be the first one on the list, right? Yeah, I definitely follow him. Maybe he's not updated for a few days. Okay. Anyway, besides that, so we've got the Apex Btrfs installer. That's what we just git cloned. We got the Btrfs for those that clone their system into a .image with my cloning tool. You're going to need to use this after, because I haven't added that into the script. And essentially I just need to add this into the chroot, copy the file into the into a place in the .image, and basically execute the script, and then it will just work like normal. I've done my test with the scripts as well, so yeah. The .image, once you clone it, works perfectly fine, and I'm happy it was like that, because as soon as I made the installer, I knew that I could clone the system straight away, as long as I could basically compile the last script that I had. So I, in a way, had to obviously install the Qt6 packages needed to compile my script. So here, yeah, we've got the Btrfs system cloner, and these are the mounts that actually get set up during the installer as well. What you do essentially is just download this and execute it. What else? I have I'm making a new installer for my yeah, it's in the Btrfs multi-site creator. So I have a new installer here that I'm building similar to what I have for the Apex, for the Alpine. So I'm half asleep. For the Alpine installer, so I want to add the configuration for the user, but my only problem is that I have app images that get installed with this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't work on Alpine as well. So yeah, that's what I'm figuring out next. I've got, because I don't actually primarily support just one distribution. I support Debian, Ubuntu, even though kind of living underneath a rock, essentially, like here with their distribution. I like to keep rolling. I like to keep up to date just because of my theme that everyone keeps seeing in this video. So I'm actually on the Plasma Dev, having a few issues as we speak. For some reason it's gone back to how it was like on Plasma 5. I haven't updated or done anything, so I don't know why it would be doing that, and it hasn't done that since basically today. So yeah. There was alright. So we're doing the doers. I don't even think we've got doers on here. This is we have. Do a little reboot, and it's just a blink of an eye. Honestly, I'm in a virtual machine running at with 4 GB on Intel 4 core, running 2 cores, and this is just amazing. So, well, I'd say this boot wasn't that fast. But yeah, it's good to sail this end of the ocean, as I say, because I like to say I like to sail with the 7 seas. I was talking about distributions, so I don't primarily just support Arch, even though I do like CachyOS. This is just for something for those that like something a bit more experimental. It's not really too experimental, to be fair. It's pretty stable. But if we do another little reboot, let's see how long it takes. See, it's a lot faster now. I'm in a virtual machine as well, so the overall performance is going to be a little bit different to what it would be on bare metal. But even then, it is pretty fucking amazing, shall I say. Sorry for swearing. It's definitely a piece of art, more of a piece of art than I would say Artix. And I was in the Artix group, and the staff are getting rude to me. I helped one of the users in the chat with a USB tool, and they said, "What the fuck is this?" Because I made it. It had like crazy artwork, and they got rude to me and whatever. And all I was doing was helping someone. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you do in this world. Seems to be in the wrong. But yeah, it's been a fun video to make. It's been a fun script to make. It's good to know that I can clone it. I might actually make a home directory of this and shove it in there for those that want to maybe install my system. To build my full systems, I need to work out how to get around the app images. The flat packs are going to be something around 1.5 GB. And that's my problem why Artix was so big when I was making my OpenRC Artix. Artix would be so big, something like, so I actually downloaded this from the Penguins X Google. Thank you, Perio. This is a very old version of my Spitfire. I don't know if it's on here, to be fair. Might have deleted it. Yeah, we've got an old version of my Spitfire on here. I don't know if we customized my login load because it's blue. And I'm pretty sure it was red then, but this is from like 2023 December. It's like my first ever Spitfire Arch clone from Penguins Eggs at a time when the kernel was so unstable and crazy and whatnot. We could even launch it right now, just for those that want to see some art stuck in time. I was thinking of maybe potentially, oh dear, we're not even using it, potentially going back with the time and try and make a repository based on the Plasma packages, but it's really not going to happen. I've tried it many times. I knew it wasn't going to work. I'm just a crazy wild scientist, yeah. Let me do what I'm going to do, yeah. Back in the day, I had a OpenRC Ubuntu, and it worked. It booted, yeah. I had the packages installed fine. The only problem I had was the Python wasn't set up for Calamaris, and I didn't have an installer or a cloner, and it would have worked all day long. But anyway, besides that, and me being a crazy scientist, Egg of Arch Spitfire was the first ever distribution I ever created and cloned, and it for sure does have all the bells and whistles for what it was. 17 GB for those that don't know this ISO is. Crazy size, no 14 GB is it? Crazy size. Loads of different flat packs because I didn't know nothing at the time. We've got different flat packs, we've got crazy, this would have been red. Don't know what else I'm going to be doing in the next video. I have actually got another video that I made just the other day, which I might be putting on the internet at some point. But the password is 2023 on this one. And I was thinking of putting the OpenRC on here, to be fair, if I could maybe get a substantial list of my own applications. Because I've kind of had enough of being on the handheld edition. I don't really use the Steam game side of it, to be fair. Every time I install Windows over the top of it, it don't work. I want a dual boot. And once you install Windows over the top of it, I had problems with the latest Windows 11. Basically, I installed the latest Windows ISO, and then I used the same ISO with Chris Titus text tool, and I had a problem with installing things. So everything would normally take on Tiny 11. I know that's a pretty old version of Windows 11, but for some reason I seem to find that everything installs a lot faster on there within seconds on the latest Windows 11. And I do like Chris Titus text tool, but for some reason it just really doesn't show the performance differences that I'm seeing on the Tiny 11. Whatever he's removing, and obviously it's not being added, there is going to be features that of course have not been added. It's a shame that Tiny 11 really doesn't do what he was doing, or whatever's been added into Windows 11 is clearly bugging it down. But yeah, it's just not the same performance. I don't know what I'm missing out on really. I've got the Xbox app on there and stuff. So I was having a good game and testing it, and it just works fine. But yeah, this is what I had. I was using someone else's menu at the time called 1Z menu, and it was too big. It should have been 7. So, well, no, was that 7? Or was it 6? Something's normally either 6 or 10. Medium needs to be small. These days, these were early days, we were learning. Maybe not. Rose, is it the rose? There we go. Pretty much back to normal, I guess. I thought it was 6. Maybe it's 5. Yeah, there we go. We're pretty much, well. This is a very old version. Can't even put 11, can only put 10. Wow, bit buggy. I would have pretty much programmed this myself to remove the time and date. Had Plasma 5 not being updated to Plasma 6. Yeah, anyway, I've got nothing else to say today. Hope everyone's enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully it makes it easier for installing Alpine on your system. Obviously Alpine's not just primarily shoved at people that use desktops, and I'd like to see the full potential for Alpine, to be fair, because I do kind of like it as a whole. Yeah, I hope you've had a good day or night. Thank you for watching the video. So bye from me, Aaron.